People often assume that all elevators are alike, but they couldn't be more wrong. There are many different types of elevators and they aren't always built in the same way. For example, there are elevators that go sideways. They are called inclined elevators and they are used to move large objects that couldn't fit in a regular elevator shaft. But how do they work? Well, it's not quite the same as your typical elevator. Let's take a look at this one in more detail. This is an inclined elevator in the Chuncheon City Hall in Korea. It goes up about 37 degrees from the first floor to the second floor. That isn't very steep considering some ski slopes have a 45-degree angle. However, it does go fairly fast for an elevator with an incline, reaching speeds of 6 meters per second. That's about 20 feet per second or around 13 miles per hour. You might wonder why they built this elevator at such a steep angle. Well, it's because they needed to transport large statues of historical Korean figures like Admiral Yi Sun-shin, King Sejong the Great, and General Choi Yun. These statues were too big to fit in a regular elevator, so engineers had to come up with a solution. The elevator car travels on a rail system and is pulled by a chain. When the elevator is going up, the chain pulls the car, and when it's going down, gravity does the work. The chain is connected to a motor and a set of pulleys. The motor provides the power to pull the chain and move the elevator car. It takes about 1 minute and 20 seconds for the elevator to travel from the first floor to the second floor. In general, inclined elevators are good for transporting bulky materials over short distances. In this case, the distance between floors is only about 5 meters or 16 feet. If the distance were longer, it would take too much time and energy to move the elevator car up the slope. Also, these elevators are usually found in buildings with low traffic because moving an elevator car at an angle can be dangerous. A sudden jerking motion could cause a car to derail. For these reasons, inclined elevators are uncommon. Most of the time it is easier to build a regular elevator shaft and install ramps or use cranes to move the large objects. But not all elevators move in the same direction. Some of them even go backwards. For example, there are escalators that can move people down a slope, such as the one at the Mall of Berlin in Germany. This escalator can carry up to 5,000 passengers every hour. It has a length of 86 meters or 282 feet and a height of 7 meters or 23 feet. This means that the vertical displacement is only about 3 meters or 10 feet. Despite this small vertical displacement, the escalator is still considered an inclined elevator because its main purpose is to move people down a slope. Inclined elevators can also be used to transport goods in factories, warehouses, and other industrial settings. For example, the Schindler Company manufactures inclined elevators that can move loads up to 25 tons. These elevators are used in factories where heavy materials need to be moved vertically. Inclined elevators are not just useful for moving large or heavy objects. They can also be aesthetically pleasing and add a unique touch to a building's design. For example, the inclined elevator in the Lotte World Tower in Seoul, South Korea is a popular tourist attraction in its own right. This elevator travels at a speed of 10 meters per second and reaches the 123rd floor in just 38 seconds. The panoramic glass walls offer stunning views of the city as the elevator ascends. The inclined elevator in the Turning Torso in Malmö, Sweden is another example of an innovative and eye-catching design. This elevator travels up 19 floors at a speed of 7 meters per second and features a rotating cabin that offers 180-degree views of the building in spiral shape. So there are several different ways that elevators can be designed and built to serve different purposes and meet different challenges. By understanding the different types of elevators and their applications, we can appreciate the ingenuity and innovation that goes into designing and building these essential structures. Have you ever ridden in a sideway elevator before? How about a backward elevator? Do you think they're safe? Let us know your thoughts. And if you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more amazing videos. And now over to you. Which fact about sideways elevators surprised you the most? Did you know that the Chuncheon City Hall in Korea has an inclined elevator that goes up 37 degrees and travels at a speed of 6 meters per second? Or did you know that the Mall of Berlin in Germany has an escalator that can move people down a slope at a speed of 1.25 meters per second? Share your thoughts below. And don't forget to check out our other videos. Thanks for watching.